this one thing right here, this one discovery, yeah, it scared the hell out of governments. It also threatened religions. That's because it actually showed who you actually are. No lie. You ever heard of Nikolai Kozyrev? No? How about Kozyrev's mirrors? I'm gonna need you to stay right there. Quick reminder before we begin, this is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Okay, good deal. Kozyrev's mirrors? Yeah, this wasn't just some science experiment from the Soviet Union. No, this was a direct threat to every system built to keep humanity small. In the 1980s, Russian scientists created these massive aluminum spirals that didn't reflect light. No, they reflected consciousness. Yeah, it's crazy, right? I mean, when people stepped inside of this thing, something unbelievable happened. Their intuition sharpened. Their awareness, it expanded. Their emotional frequency amplified. People thousands of miles away had synchronized brain waves. Thoughts, feelings, visions, all of it intensified. And the minute they saw what this was doing, the minute they realized human consciousness wasn't confined to the skull, wasn't limited to the body, it's not separate from anything, they shut it down, buried it, classified it. And it's because this wasn't just science. This was a doorway to understanding what humanity truly is beneath all of the programming. All right, listen, guys, I'm just going to give you the short version of this, okay? Because this is not the full point of the video. But if you want me to take a deep dive into this, Soviet experiments, the scientists, the measurements, the telepathic tests, all that crazy stuff, then just drop your comments for me, and I'll break it down in another video for y'all. But for now, I really needed to show this one thing, because this experiment right here, it sets the stage for everything I'm about to say next. Because this experiment right here, it proves something humanity has known for thousands of years. We're not separate. We're not the body. We are consciousness experiencing a human journey. And here's where I'm going to address this whole New Age label. You know, because people love to throw around that every time somebody talks about consciousness, energy, frequency, vibration, intuition, higher awareness. Every time somebody hears something they don't understand, they want to call it New Age. I get it. But you know what the funny thing is? This is not new, by far. The only thing new to it is your awareness, because you're waking up to it. This knowledge is older than Christianity. It's older than the Bible. It's older than the institutions that are telling you to obey or burn. Ancient civilizations knew this. Mystics knew this. Teachers knew this. You know who else knew this? Jesus. That's what he was trying to teach us. And the problem is that y'all are so distracted with football, Netflix, the news, chasing material stuff, gossip, drama, that y'all all forgot who you actually are. You forgot that God didn't put you down here to be small. God didn't put you down here to be scared. God didn't put you down here to worship a middleman or depend on a priest to tell you right from wrong. God literally took a piece of himself, wrapped it up in the human, and said, here you go. Go experience, go learn, and go grow. But instead of tapping into that ability that he gave you, most people would rather stay plugged in to the system that keeps them numb. Imagine that. And that right there, my friends, is why the Kozyrev's mirrors, it scared the hell out of the government. You know how they always tell you truth in plain sight? X-Men. Yeah. It's because when people sat in those chambers, they remembered. They remembered that consciousness connects to all. They remembered that the thoughts affect reality. They remembered that intuition is real and measured. They also remembered that God isn't a man in the sky with rules. God is the energy flowing through every living thing, including you. That's not New Age. That's the original truth before religion distorted it. Okay, here's where I'm going to say something that's probably going to get some people emotional. Jesus did not come here to be worshipped. Jesus came here to show you what you are capable of. He tried to show you that the kingdom of God is within. He tried to show you that you are all children of the Most High. He tried to show you that we are all one. But the moment you repeat his own words, the moment that you say God reflects himself through us, people, you're going to hell. Wow. People judge. They point fingers. Ooh, look at that guy. He's going to hell. People act like they have the authority to speak for God. And yet their Bible that they're quoting from has been rewritten, edited, removed, translated, and controlled more times than I can count. Another little factor is, what Bible are you reading? Because there are multiple Bibles. Yeah. And if you hold your translation to only one, so again, which Bible are you reading whenever you start quoting scriptures? Because there are many, and I've read them, and I will continue to read them, because that's how we learn, that's how we grow. That's how we realize the message behind the message. But most folks out there, they don't actually want to do the work. They'd rather cling to dogma than explore, consciousness. And here is the part that people really need to hear and take in. God is not fear. God's not punishment. God is not control. God is love, authenticity, awareness, creativity, growth, and connection. Yeah. Why would a loving God drop you into a world full of temptation, pain, confusion, distractions, and emotional chaos just to destroy you if you slip up? That's not God. That's religion. That's control. God gave you a consciousness, a moral compass. You know right from wrong without a preacher telling you. You know if your actions hurt others. You know if you're out of alignment. You don't need a building to confess in. You can correct all of this stuff in the moment yourself with humility, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, and growth. That's what real spiritual work looks like. It's not fear. It's not guilt. It's not shame. It's awareness. And look, you're going to mess up. We all fall. But the whole point of this human experience is to get back up and rise, get better, evolve. Do you know why Jesus was so adamant on love thy neighbor? It's because your neighbor is another expression of God, another piece of the same consciousness expressing itself from a different angle. That's what Jesus meant. That's what the mystics meant. That's what the ancients were teaching. And that's exactly why these Kozerev's mirrors, it freaked the governments out. It's because it proves scientifically what the spiritual community has known forever. That we're all one, we're all connected, we're all divine consciousness in human form. And the only reason you can't see it, it's because you were conditioned not to. So no, this is not New Age. There's nothing new about this. This is ancient truth resurfacing at a time when people need it most. And whether churches like it or not, and religious people understand it or not, or whether your beliefs allow it or not, God is having a human experience right now through me, through you, through every one of us out there, through everything out there. So please, stop limiting God. Stop thinking he created you just to destroy you. And please stop believing in God. Because you don't believe in your mom and your dad. You don't believe in the sun and the moon. So why would you limit God to a belief? Stop boxing him into man-made beliefs, please. I need you to start realizing that you're here to grow, to awaken, and to remember who you actually are. I love y'all, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.
Why do you think that Truman has never come close to discovering the true nature of his world until now?
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented.